What do you do when the world feels like it's spinning out of control? When the headlines scream, your phone buzzes with judgment, and your own thoughts betray you? Do you break, or do you build armor? Stoicism isn't about being emotionless. It's about becoming emotionally invincible. Hi, and welcome back to Philosophers, where ancient wisdom meets modern chaos. Today we're diving into 5 Stoic habits that build mental armor. Not feel-good fluff, but ancient practices forged in fire, and still sharp enough to cut through today's madness. But before we begin, ever argued with someone in your head for hours and won nothing but stress? Yeah, me too. That's why you need what's coming next. Let's start with a story. Each morning, Marcus Aurelius didn't ask, "What will go right?" He asked, "What could go wrong?" By visualizing setbacks before they happen, he strengthened his inner armor. You don't control the world, but you can control how you meet it. Let's be honest. How often do you expect traffic to be smooth and end up cursing your existence by 9 a.m.? From now on, expect the chaos, prepare for the chaos, and when it arrives, you'll nod like an old friend just showed up. But preparing your mind is just the beginning. What happens after the storm hits? Habit 2 is your answer. Habit 2, the pause before reaction. Epictetus said, "It's not things that upset us, but our judgments about things." This habit is your superpower. Pause, then respond. When someone disrespects you, pause. When news triggers you, pause. When you're tempted to rage tweet, definitely pause. If every angry text you didn't send had a monument, you'd be a national park by now. This simple pause turns reaction into reflection, and what comes next is clarity. But clarity isn't always calm. Habit 3 will teach you how to walk through fire without flinching. Habit 3, voluntary discomfort. Seneca practiced hunger. Cato wore rags. Why? To remind themselves, I can endure worse and still be whole. Here's the paradox. Comfort makes us soft. Controlled discomfort makes us strong. So skip the AC, take the stairs, sit with silence. Because when life actually tests you, you'll already be trained. And no, I'm not saying sleep on a bed of nails, unless your ex left it behind. But what if the discomfort is emotional? Habit 4 strikes at the heart of anxiety. Habit 4, negative visualization of self-identity. What if you lost everything you thought defined you? Would you still recognize yourself? This Stoic technique, contemplation of loss, doesn't create fear, it dissolves it. You face it now, so it doesn't crush you later. You are not your resume, not your followers, not your wealth. You are what remains when all else falls away. Also, if your self-worth depends on likes, we need to have a very Stoic intervention. But there's one habit that glues all of this together. Without it, the rest crumble. And it's the most misunderstood of all. Habit 5, daily reflection, evening self-audit. At day's end, ask, what did I do well? What did I do poorly? What will I do differently tomorrow? This isn't self-criticism, it's self-leadership. Because a Stoic doesn't just live the day, they learn from it, unless you're perfect. In that case, you should be watching my channel, not yours. This habit is your mirror, and only those brave enough to face themselves can truly armor their minds. So here's the truth. You won't master these 5 habits overnight, but each one adds a layer of armor. And in time, you won't just survive the chaos. You'll walk through it like a Stoic warrior in a burning world, unshaken. Don't pray for a lighter burden, Epictetus said. Pray for a stronger back. Well, now you're building one. If this video sparks something in you, don't stop here. We've only scratched the surface of Stoic mastery. 4 things to avoid for a Stoic lifestyle. It's the perfect next step on your journey to inner power. And tell me in the comments, which habit will you try first? And why? Your story might be someone else's inspiration. Subscribe, share, stay Stoic. Until next time, this is Philosophers, where philosophy isn't studied, it's lived.